XRP has spent the past year struggling to break out of its price range, and many in the crypto community keep pointing to one main reason: Ripple's monthly XRP sales. Every time new supply enters the market, social media fills with posts claiming this is the exact reason XRP remains stagnant. Some even call it a constant wealth transfer or endless dumping. But is this really what's holding XRP back? Or is this a misunderstanding of how XRP's supply and token economics actually work? Today's breakdown looks closely at the numbers, the distribution model, and why Ripple's approach may not be the problem many believe it is. Hey guys, welcome back to Whiteboard Crypto Update. In today's video, we will talk about XRP. So be sure to stay focused, as you surely don't want to miss out on this. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads. This video is for educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions. To start, it's important to understand XRP's supply structure. The maximum amount of XRP that can ever exist is 100 billion tokens. When the XRP ledger was first launched, the full 100 billion XRP was created at once. Over time, a very small amount of XRP is burned with every transaction, which is why the total supply today is slightly lower, around 99.98 billion. Out of this total, approximately 60.7 billion XRP is currently in circulation. The circulating supply represents the XRP already in the public market, while the remaining portion reflects XRP that has not yet been distributed by Ripple. Most of the XRP entering circulation each month comes from Ripple's escrow releases, where XRP is gradually sold or distributed into the open market. Because there are still roughly 39 billion XRP that have not entered circulation yet, many people assume Ripple will continue creating heavy selling pressure for years. This leads to fear in the belief that XRP can never move higher as long as Ripple keeps selling. However, this concern mostly comes from confusion about how XRP was originally distributed and how that compares to other major cryptocurrencies. When XRP was created, some of the supply went to founders and early developers, some went to early participants, and a large portion was allocated to Ripple itself. Ripple's responsibility then became distributing XRP to the broader market as adoption grew. Early on, many users acquired XRP directly from Ripple, and later through exchanges as liquidity expanded. This is simply how XRP moved from its creation phase into a globally traded asset. While some dislike this method because it differs from Bitcoin or Ethereum, every blockchain distributes its native token in its own way. Bitcoin releases new coins through mining, where participants contribute computing power and receive BTC as rewards. Ethereum now distributes most new tokens through staking, where validators lock up ETH and earn rewards for securing the network. Each protocol has a different system, but the more important factor is not how tokens are distributed, it's the token economics behind them. Looking at the big picture, Bitcoin and XRP both have capped supplies. Bitcoin is limited to 21 million coins, though not all have been released yet, and new BTC continues entering circulation through mining. XRP is capped at 100 billion tokens, with supply slowly decreasing over time due to burning. Ethereum, on the other hand, does not have a hard cap and can theoretically issue unlimited tokens, even though burn mechanisms help offset inflation. When comparing these systems, XRP is not being endlessly diluted. In fact, from a long-term scarcity perspective, XRP's structure is actually very strong. It has a fixed supply and a deflationary mechanism built in, something neither Bitcoin nor Ethereum fully offer in the same way. So if XRP's token economics are solid, why is there so much anger toward Ripple selling XRP? The real issue isn't the supply itself, it's who receives the profits from distribution. In Bitcoin's system, miners earn BTC and often sell it to pay operational costs like electricity and hardware, pulling that value out of the ecosystem. In Ethereum's system, validators earn rewards and can sell those tokens freely, again removing liquidity from the network. With XRP, most of the revenue from distribution flows directly to Ripple. Instead of profits being scattered across thousands of participants, Ripple accumulates capital and reinvests it back into building infrastructure, expanding services, acquiring major financial companies, and strengthening institutional adoption. This creates a powerful cycle where XRP distribution funds ecosystem growth, which strengthens Ripple's position in global finance. This reinvestment strategy has allowed Ripple to build custody solutions, liquidity services, payment networks, and institutional platforms while many other crypto projects struggle with limited funding. While some protocols constantly leak value out of their systems, Ripple keeps resources within the ecosystem, fueling expansion and resilience. This is a major reason Ripple has been able to withstand regulatory pressure, continue operations globally, and grow while other projects have faded. Much of the backlash toward Ripple's selling comes from discomfort with how strong Ripple has become. Instead of seeing XRP's distribution model as simply different, critics often frame it as harmful or unfair. But in reality, the mechanics are not fundamentally worse than mining or staking. They are simply more centralized in terms of profit flow. And that centralization of capital has allowed Ripple to become one of the most powerful entities in the crypto industry. There's also an interesting pattern worth noticing. Projects that truly have no value or impact usually get ignored. People don't spend endless time warning others about them or constantly attacking them online. The nonstop focus on Ripple and XRP, the repeated criticism, the constant fear-driven narratives, often suggests the opposite. It suggests that Ripple is viewed as a serious competitor and a long-term force in the financial system. If XRP truly didn't matter, it wouldn't receive this level of attention. At its core, Ripple selling XRP is not much different from Bitcoin being mined or Ethereum being issued through staking. All are methods of controlled distribution. The key difference is that Ripple retains and reinvests the profits, while other systems allow value to exit their ecosystems continuously. XRP remains capped, deflationary over time, and supported by strong token economics. The frustration many feel isn't really about supply. It's about Ripple building a financial powerhouse that others struggle to compete with. Understanding this broader structure helps cut through much of the fear and misinformation surrounding XRP's monthly sales. The distribution model itself isn't broken. In many ways, it may actually be one of the most strategically designed systems in the entire crypto market. Well, guys, that's all we have for you today. What are your thoughts on XRP? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, then be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you for watching.